Oh, good morning, Camarillo. How lovely to see you, Camarillo and beyond. I welcome. This is Reverend Kristin, and I welcome you to our online service. We're trying something different today. I see now we have 3. Now we're up to 5. Michael and Jennifer, would you do a little doodling? Oh, sounds so good. So today, I'm so grateful that we have our musicians and the music is sounding fabulous. We have our music director, Jennifer Russell, and our beloved Michael Gayle here. We also have Reverend Grace. She's looking fabulous. She just came on the screen. And Susan Espinosa. Anyway, we welcome you this morning. We're so happy to be here, and please know we're trying a new technology, and this social distancing, or actually house wherever we are, we have technology that's allowing us to still gather. So with that, oh, and I also want to say shout out to Chris Zeitz. She is our moderator today. So if you're on Facebook, there are ways that you can communicate or ask questions or send loves and likes or whatever, and she'll communicate back with you. You can also communicate with each other, which is fabulous. Would anybody else on the screen like to say anything?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here with everybody.
Yay. Okay, so we're going to do an opening song. Here we go.
Wonderful. Welcome. I am opening up in peace surrender to you and love light up. I am opening up in sweet surrender to you and love light up. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Let's just take a moment to come into the heart of our presence right here for the day we live in. Ground into this beloved earth. And give your heart and give yourself some love. You made it. You are here now. This amazing time. I love you. My heart, I adore you. And now let's just spend a moment and open our hearts to each other. Put your hands out at the blessing. Although we can't see you in this moment, I can feel you. And let's bless each other. I bless you, beloved. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in my life. And thank you for being part of this community.
I'm so happy to be here and do honoring of the faiths. Oh, it's always so much my honor and my pleasure to be here, whether we're doing this on screen with one another or whether we're in physical presence, because I just know the love is what connects us all. So my name is Susan Elizabeth Espinosa, and I'm a prayer practitioner in training, the Centers for Spiritual Living. Here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are actively co-creating a world that evolves through the power of service, prayer, and play, a world that works for everyone. We celebrate all paths that lead to the recognition of the divine. We honor shamanism. As a path of the inward journey and soul travel. We honor Hinduism. As a path of recognizing the divine in each person. We honor Judaism. As a path of law. We honor Taoism. As a path of recognizing the perfect order and balance of the universe. We honor Buddhism. As a path of compassion and peace. We honor Christianity. As a path of love and forgiveness. We honor Islam. As a path of constant prayer. We honor Baha'i. As a path recognizing the oneness of all religions. We honor New Thought. As a path of healing and the power of the mind. And we honor you. And what brought you here today. So it is.
So it is.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to be doing our affirmation. Prepare to speak out loud, because when we're all by ourselves alone, you might not hear the sound of another human voice for a while. Use yours. Is this the one you would like me to read, Reverend Kristin?
No, once there you go.
There you go. Ready? Let us begin. I experience the freedom to be the voice of love I am called to be. Let's do it one more time. I experience the freedom to be the voice of love I am called to be. And if you will, let's go into prayer. Close your eyes and take a very deep breath and sigh as you let go. And do it again. And let go. And again. And let go. For truly we are standing in a time of great change. And the most interesting part of this is to recognize that each one of us is in a cocoon. I have been through cocoon experiences before, and I know this, that we can see what's going on in the world, and we cannot participate as our full selves because we have not become who we are to be next. And in this world that is not just about the individual anymore, our 100 years of science of mind has been calling us to do our own personal inner work. And apparently it has come to pass because now we are called to be the voice for love as the entire world goes into the same cocoon at the same time to see what needs to change within each of us. At the other side of this experience, the change will have occurred, and the worms, which we were, will have learned to fly. So with the great concept of what is coming to be, leading us, drawing us, calling us forward into a new beginning, we leave behind old fears, old worries, old doubts, and current fears and worries and doubts which are being fed to us as well. Yes, there is a pandemic going on. It's a blessing if we stay within the cocoon and learn to be part of the vibrational field that is the same for prayer and play. Play with your family, play with your creative self, play with our most high, energetic, entertaining self at this level of creativity that we have been gifted. This is a gift. It's not a punishment. How holy, how sacred this time is. I am so blessed to invoke this spirit within each and every one of us and to say how much I love to be this voice of freedom, which is going to look remarkable as we put it on fully and learn to fly. We are so blessed, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. Ashe. Aho.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken heart, people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. And though we may be part, there is still a chance that we will see. There will be an answer, let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though we may be parted, there is still a chance that we will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Well, I got to read through a whole lot of Science of Mind last night. And nothing actually pertains to pandemics. So I'm going to just read you something lovely from Ernest Holmes. Here and now. Perfection is already accomplished. I am that perfect life here and now. Today, I express the limitless life of the all good. Today, I manifest my completion in every part of me. Today, I am saved. Here and now, I am healed. And my words of wisdom, don't get caught up in thinking you're sick. Get caught up remembering you're well. I love you. Bye.
Good morning, everybody. It's Reverend Kristin again. Today, I have the pleasure to gather together with you all online, and I'm just so grateful to see you all here. I'm going to start out with a little story about my daughter. This week has been, as you know, maybe a little more hectic or confusing or whatever it is has been. And I want to honor all of those who have passed and lost their lives to this. And I also want to honor all the people that have lived. And knowing that I'm feeling like laughter is one of the things that keeps me going. So many years ago, my daughter was taking a exam at university, and she called 10 minutes before it started, and she said, it was via text because she's in the age group where you don't call on the phone, you just text. So she texted and she said, I can't do this, and, said why. Well, I had a friend with me and I was driving, so I didn't want to text and drive because that's a no-no. So I spoke back into the phone and I said, take a deep breath and put your pen down. It's okay. Well, come to find out, about 20 minutes later, when I arrived at my destination, I looked at my phone. I actually text to speech or speech to text, turned it into take a deep breath and pull your pants down. And in laughter, this is my daughter. I've always wanted her to keep her pants on. So it wasn't, I wasn't just starting to tell her to pull her pants down. But what I've done this week is, if I find myself getting caught up in anything other than this present moment, I say that to myself, take a deep breath and pull your pants down. And then I giggle, and it sort of lightens the mood for me and brings me back. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning. And for about 30 years now, when I was back in my business days, we were doing this thing called total quality management for the company that I worked for. And it was the idea of bringing Japanese ways of doing business into the American culture. And throughout the whole thing, they talked about paradigm shift. Like, this is going to be a paradigm shift, and it's paradigm shift. And nothing felt like it was changing. It was always, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then I got involved in science of mind. And again, everybody for 30 years, I've heard, we're going into this paradigm shift. There's going to be this paradigm shift. And it got to the point where I didn't even want to hear the word paradigm. It's just like, oh, I'm tired of it. But what I found out and what I feel is like, we're finally doing it. It took 30 years to get here, but we are doing life in a different way. We are doing life in a new way. Whether we want to do it or not, it is the way it is. So it's a time. It's also springtime. It's also a month of, we have 3 holidays to celebrate. So we have Passover this week, and then Easter, and then at the end of the month, Ramadan. So all these holidays that generally we gather together and we share together, that this year we have an opportunity to do it in a new way. And that new way looks different for everybody. So the other thing is this month, and it's pretty interesting that the talk titles were written way before we knew about this health crisis or this lockdown in our homes. But this is about these bright beginnings. It's about taking responsibility for ourselves, taking responsibility for our community and our world, and what we want to see and be out in it. I am going to do a screen share here and show you a slide. 1 second. That one we already did. I love Harry Potter. So a version, its happiness can be found even in the darkest times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Okay, we're here now. We recognize that it looks like darkness, but it's springtime. We have more light in the day. So if we use what we know, what we've practiced and trained to be practitioners of science of mind, where our mind and our thoughts and are in sync with what we know the truth is. So the truth being that God is all there is, or spirit is all there is. And within that, there's love. So in these dark times, finding that light, turning it on, and being a beacon so others can see that you're leading the way. Because you're leading the way. So Passover is about celebrating emancipation and freedom. So in that freedom, Reverend Grace mentioned it as well, that, this is a time to go within. Instead of looking at it as a burden, maybe look at it as a gift. And what is the gift that I'm to learn about me, of who I am, and how I relate to the greater thing inside me? Because we know that God resides outside and runs in and through as us. We are all children of the only thing that there is. So that beauty flows through us. To get together with ourselves in this time where the busyness has been taken away, you know, unless you're creating busy in your household, but the busyness has been removed. And it's this, could be looked at as a beautiful opportunity to grow in your own consciousness, to spiritually explore. Especially with the internet, there's so many things out there, and everybody's jumping online because there's no other way for us to get out there and share our news or our good news. So speaking of good news, you also know that I spend a lot of time when I read the news. What I do is I read the news until I find one piece of good news. And then I always end with good news. So sometimes it takes 2 minutes. Other times it can take 35 or 40, but it's a practice that I've been doing for a couple of years now. And it was interesting. There are actors now who are putting together, I think it's the Good News Network, and they're doing podcasts and little videos out there accumulating all the good that's happening in this time. So we don't forget there's also good happening. Some of the stories made me cry. And Italy, all the police were around hospitals and they honked their horns and were showing appreciation for all the medical workers, everybody that's out there caring for our beloveds that are sick. And then it went from Italy to New York, and it was the firemen who lined up and cheered on our health workers. So people, even in this distancy time, are banding together and showing one another support, and that we're here for one another. It just looks different. It might be on the phone or via text, but we're here to support one another. And I want everyone to be able to take a deep breath in and just go, I am supported. I know I am supported because I'm supported right here and right now, like all my needs are met. And I also know that I am supported and loved by all you beloveds as well. That's our job. Our job is to love and be compassionate. So if you go out to YouTube and you just do a search for good news, watch a few videos, it's pretty inspiring to see what people are doing out there. The one that really choked me up last night was there's this elderly man who went up to the hospital with a huge sign, bigger than my screen sign. And he held it up to the window and said, "Thank you for saving my wife's life. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart." It's just, it's a time to see the good as well as the tragedy. See the good. So I'm going to go back to showing you a slide. Bear with me. So this next one is, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. And really, that's where we're at right now. The challenge isn't, we can't solve what's going on outside. All we can do is change ourselves and how we view it, or change ourselves in when there's a stay-at-home order, that we actually follow the rules. A few people that I talked to this week, how are you doing? They're like, oh, I hate being told that I can't go anywhere. It's frustrating, especially when we've had this freedom to go everywhere forever. We're in the land of the free. And to be in this position right here and right now in my lifetime, it's the first I've ever experienced it, and I know that's same for many of you. So what are you willing to look at and change? Are there any old beliefs that you're ready to let go of? Are you ready to be courageous and brave and step into this new time and space and try something new? It's such a creative time. And in this creativity, and I'm not talking, yes, it could be painting and all of that, but creative also in your thought, you know, have some deep conversations with yourself. You know, what do I really believe? And is it true? And is it a way to be? So yesterday I was outside in my backyard, and I was looking at my plants because, like I said earlier, we're in spring. So we're in springtime, and there is I have a calla lily outside that last year it's young, so it lost all its leaves. And I could see it pushing through the dirt, pushing through. And then there was another sprig pushing through, and it's working and doing its effort because it knows at this time of season to come and go up to the light and grow, to grow out and bloom, to grow out and be. It's a time of growth. So if you think of it as kind of a time or an outlet for your spiritual growth as well, go outside and see the beauty that's happening. I also know that there's other things going on in my backyard, like there's a hummingbird that buzzes over my head. So I don't want to trim any trees like I did last year because I know there's a nest out there. And we're not at our physical building today at 340 Mobile, but every year I talk about, you know, it's springtime and the ravens come, and the ravens have a nest 2 doors down from us up, and they make a huge mess, etc. But they do it every year. And this year, the property owner put up these spikes. And it really made me, I was kind of sad. I get the mess and all of that. And at the same time, I really enjoy the whole process of having these babies. Then I got a text last week and said, hey, they have a nest. So the next time I went into the center, sure enough, the ravens have even had a paradigm shift in a way. They just use those spikes very creatively as the base of their the base of their nest. They just put bigger reeds on the bottom of it, and it's like they have a raised foundation this year instead of just being on the cement. So they're still doing their thing. Continues. It's this process of we get in these spaces, and we have the opportunity to let's make it work with what we got. So the ravens are doing it, the plants are doing it, and I'm calling to all of you to think about you doing it, because we are in this special time. And I call it special because we have this opportunity to go within. And then you go within and you go within and you go within, and it's, you know, you're like, I'm tired to go within. And one thing that I know, and the truth that I know, is when I go within, I never go without. That my God supports me. My God is always there for me. Always. Never lets me down. So I welcome you to explore that. So the slide says, every blade of grass has its angel that bends over it and whispers, grow, grow. So listen with your heart. Listen with your ears. listen with your soul and see if you can hear these whispers. These whispers, whether they're angels or they're your God within or the universe, Mother, Father, God, whatever you name it, to listen as it's chanting you on to grow, to listen as it's chanting you on to letting you know that you're the most divine being that has ever lived, that you are so unique and you express so beautifully, and that you were called to this planet to do something unique, because there's no one like you. No one. You are a gift from God. You are a gift to me. You're a gift. You are a gift on this planet Earth. And I want you to know that you're loved and that you are taken care of. You are taken care of. And if you forget that you have all of these tools, or you have this presence within you, and you're not sure how to embrace it, reach out. I would love to work with you, to reach out and hear your stories. Because about being the unique expressions of God, my relationship with my spirit within is very different than your relationship with spirit within you. It's all God, but we're unique. And I love to be in conversation and hear and explore with you how that amazingness can grow, how that amazingness is growing, how that you are hearing grow from you're hearing the message, that you have the we used to call it being hit by the 2x4, that spirit is saying it's time to rest. It is time to explore. Here is the gift I've given you. Here is the gift. I lay it on the altar for you. Take the gift and grow and be the most magnificent person you can be. You already are magnificent. You already have all the capabilities. You have it all within you. And if you don't see it, that's what going into the quiet is. That's what going within is. It helps you reveal that and go, oh, I am magnificent. I am love. Oh my gosh, I am peace. I am all these qualities that radiate in and through as me. And I stand in my dominion and taking my place on this planet, and using my voice or using my creative writing or my art, whatever it is, to express that love and that joy and that peace out into this world, because we believe in a world that works for all. And your unique gift is what assists in having a world that works for everyone. Ah, how great it is. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to be with you today. And I am just beyond thrilled to spend this time with you today. So I'm going to bring in Jennifer and Michael right now. I'm bringing them in so they can do some doodles behind our prayer. And I call it doodles. I don't know if that is a technical word. Is it?
Why not?
We're doodling today. Doodle, doodle, doodle. So join me as we go into prayer, this idea of bright beginnings. Just taking a deep breath. I recognize right here and right now how beautiful it is to be here, to be in this special place right here and right now. Knowing that there is this one source, this one thing, this isness of the allness, the Mother, Father, God, whatever we want to name it, that it is so big, giving it a name shrinks it down. So I know it's beauty. I know it's joy. I know it's peace. I know it's love. I know it's compassion. And since it's that, and we are part of that, I welcome and embody all of those truths, because it is me. It is you. We are all those components. We are together as one with the Mother, Father, God. So I know as when we step into this time, that we step into it, that we know that we change how we view what the world looks like. That we do our best to be the beacon, the light, the love, the compassion, the joy, the peace. And we hold strong in that knowing. And with the Talmud today, to know that, to listen to that angel, in the blade of grass that suggests for you to grow and grow and grow. For honeys, this is the time to do it. The paradigm has shifted. Consciousness has shifted, and we are blooming into the springtime as we've never bloomed before. I accept these words for each and every person on this planet. I speak these words knowing when I speak my word and I speak these truths, that it is already done in the mind of God. God has got this. So I release this prayer. I release these words. I release this truth. And I simply let it go and let it be. And together we say, and so it is. So now it is time for conscious giving. And conscious giving is our way that we give back to keep this ministry growing, to keep this ministry going. We're in a interesting space right now. We physically can't meet, so we're doing what we can to not only grow our ministry, but stand in our ministry and be here and be supportive for you. So at this time, we ask you to take the gift that you want to give today and hold it in your heart. And you can see on the screen, you can, I put the wrong one up. Sorry. We are doing this technology thing.
Doing great.
This technology thing. Okay, so you can send a check to the center. You can also do PayPal. PayPal, you don't have to have an account, and we would love to receive your gifts. So I know when I give my gift today that I do it with an open heart. I do it knowing that my good is my God and my God is my good. And when I give out, that it returns back to me tenfold. I give this gift in joy and in peace because I believe in this teaching of science of mind that provides a way to walk through life, to see life, to be able to see the truth and be the truth on this planet, and to collectively be with people that know the same truth and are dedicated in sharing it out in the world. How good it is. So what we're going to do now is you're going to take it away, my friends, and do our song.
Yes, let's celebrate. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Spirit, thank you for my life. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life.
Ah, how good it is. I thank you for your gifts. I thank you for your willingness and your love that I feel actually coming through these waves here this morning on this thing called the internet. Okay, so Jennifer and Michael, I'm going to let you take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Kristin, for that beautiful message. We are missing our buddy, JC, so much. We love you, JC. And we know you lost your mama this week. And this song we want to send out to Wilhelmina, who left us on April 1st. And to anyone else that is, actually, it's harder to stay behind. So our hearts just go out to anyone today, remembering how fragile we are. This life is such a gift. So Michael is going to bless us with singing this beautiful song by Sting.
Blood will flow, flesh and steel are one, drying in the cup of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain will wash the stains away, and something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clinch a lifetime's argument, that nothing comes from violence, nothing ever could. For all those born beneath an angry sun, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on, the rain will sing, how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on, the rain will sing, how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from the stone. On and on, the rain will sing. How fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to release it. And this Reverend Kristin, you have something else that you'd like to say?
I just want to say, I just want to say thank you for everybody coming today. Would anybody on the screen here, Reverend Grace, I am so grateful you said yes to this and to join us. You look fabulous.
Thank you. I feel fabulous. I'm manic as all get out on prednisone. It's really helping with my breath. I'm happy to be alive. I can tell you, it felt for a while I wasn't going to be. So today I feel wonderful. Thank you for inviting me at this opportunity when I have my own energy gathering back together. Thank you.
Susan, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, definitely one thing. I just wanted to make that comment when you were talking about play, and to just share a real quick story that the other day there was sunshine outside and Daniel and I were sitting out on the deck and the sun came over and there was a little bit of shadow and I noticed his hand was waving and I said, wait a minute. And I took my hands and I went, oh my gosh, I could make like a kitty and a duck with hand shadow puppets, right? And so we're making these things and cracking up. I would open my hand and go whack, 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 and he would laugh. We had the best time with that play between shadow and light and, you know, our hands and the joy that came out. And later on, he came back to me and he said, you know, that is the best laugh I've had in a long time. And I thought, wow, we would never have had that moment if we hadn't been in this time together, and how important this experience of play is, to find it wherever you're at. You don't have to be doing anything fancy. We were just using light, shadow in our hands. And so I just wanted to share that story from my heart to yours, and what a blessing it's been for all of us to be here together today. Thank you.
Nice. And Jennifer, Michael, the song was beautiful. And JC, if you're out there, we love you. You're our family. And we know that you're our global family. We're all connected, but you are, I mean, you feel like blood family to me. So I am so sad that your family's having to go through this. And anyway, we love you. And Jen and Michael, would you like to add anything before we go in?
Well, I just want you to know, if you have like a headband like this, right? It's very cool. You can use it like this, right? and go with all the other bandits to the grocery store.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're going to release now. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was a gift. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you got to let it go. Let it all go. This is what we it to say. I release and I let go and let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go, I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, thank you for your presence today. And we're just going to leave with this beautiful benediction of the Buddhist blessing. It's also called the metta prayer. We're going to just speak it out loud once, and then we're going to sing it together. May we be filled with loving kindness.
May we be filled with loving kindness.
May we be well.
May we be well.
May we be peaceful and at ease.
May we be peaceful and at ease.
May we be happy.
May we be happy.
As never before,
As never before,
we are now.
we are now.
May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be happy as never before. Oh yeah. As never before. As never before. We are now. Namaste.
Have a beautiful week. Thank you all. If you need anything, call 805-484-1137 and leave a message, or send me an email, or reach out for a prayer request on our website. There's so many ways, and we will get back to you and support you in any way that we can. Till next time.
Adios, muchachos.